I remember when I was quite young having the realization that my thoughts were my own. Nobody else was privy to what was going on in here. It was very exciting, even liberating, although what I tended to indulge in these thoughts was perhaps not particularly liberating. But the point is, nobody else knows what's going on in here, or anywhere. In fact, we just assume that there are other people out there having similar experiences, and we relate to that reality. That sets the tone for our reality. But nobody knows what I am experiencing. Only I experience what is being experienced. I'd like you to just try and cut out that little voice which is saying, but there are other people out there, aren't there? But we cannot know what they're experiencing. We just take it for granted that they are having a similar experience to us. The point I'm making is, as far as we really know, nobody else is experiencing what I am experiencing. You know this is true actually. You just don't want to run with the implications of this. There are certain implications which might be quite worrisome, and so you don't want to actually go with that because there's a bit of anxiety about where this might be leading to, isn't there? But if we can put these anxieties aside, let's just acknowledge it. Acknowledge that only you is experiencing this, and stop trying to soften the impact of this by bringing in notions of other people. There's nothing to be worried about or concerned about in this. It's just actually accepting the situation. If you do have fears or worries about this, then just accept them. Accept them, go with it. I give you my word that it's actually, ultimately, leading to something which is indescribably wonderful. So don't be afraid. Accept that you are the center of experiencing. And accept that this is all there is. Any notion of anybody else experiencing something similar is simply that. It's a notion. Nobody else has access to this experiencing. Be open to it. This is consciousness. It's your consciousness. It's the consciousness within which all notions of you and other arise. It's solid. It's rock solid. We've had stories of universes within rocks, and this is it. The rock solid acceptance of consciousness. And if you stop letting notions of other and of personal identity, you might be worried about your sanity or whatever. If you can get beyond all these anxieties and concerns, then you'll find that in this present moment, in this acceptance of consciousness, this acceptance of being the unique center of experiencing, all sorts of wonderful things start opening up. The vibrancy of your own being begins to blossom. The mind is like the smallest particle of an atom. The mind is the seed of all our notions. It's the brahmanda, the egg of Brahma. The mind is the personality or the jiva. Hence the world or this creation exists in the person or the jiva. And these are your notions, these are your anxieties about other people, about your personal identity. Whatever objects are perceived in this world are the mind only, even as the dream objects are the mind only. Again, the person or the jiva is also nothing other than the mind. Therefore it is clear that the world appearance and the self are non-different. And you can see this quite clearly if you're open to the acceptance of consciousness. You're taking this all on board. All these substances that are seen in this universe are in fact pure consciousness. Apart from consciousness, what is seen is like a dream, just a notion or an idea, like the braceletness of gold. You're just getting caught up in patterns. When you start getting caught up in notions of I and other, then you're getting caught up in the patterns. You're getting sucked into the whirlpool and not realizing it's all simply water. It's consciousness. Such a notion of creation, when it arises in the infinite consciousness, is known as the universe. This phenomenon has been variously described as Sankalpa, which is thought or idea, etc. If you can be open to yourself as the center of experiencing, then you'll see this quite clearly, that everything you believe or thought was real is notional. And you can come back to these notions any time and operate in accordance with them, as and when appropriate. But if you're a spiritual practitioner, you've got this option of coming back and realizing your true nature as the center of experiencing, as essential, infinite consciousness.